Well, today is a very exciting day, at least for me. We are trying not only new batteries from Timeusb, but we also have a new Yamaha G22. I sold the other one that I had, which was a year older than this one. This is a 2003 Yamaha G22E, and I got it approximately 45 minutes away. I already pressure cleaned it. It was super dirty. The paint on this one looks way better, but we don't have the rear seat on it. I already ordered that and it's coming very soon, hopefully. But this cart, I got it with bad batteries. I haven't been able to test it. When I removed the old lead acid batteries, it did have a little bit of rust, so I kind of like sanded it off a little bit and repainted the frame so that we can prevent further rust from eating it. But besides that, it is a pretty clean cart. It is about to rain today, guys, so what we got here are some batteries from Timeusb. These are 51.7 volts, 30 amp hours each. And we got 3 of them so that we can connect them parallel and get more usage from them. So right here we have the manuals of these batteries, and here they are. Okay, the other 2 are right here. So I got the wiring, I got all the stuff coming soon so that we can hook them up, and we also have a charger coming for them because unfortunately they didn't have the chargers available for these guys. So these are the batteries. I can see it right here. The caps already came off of the terminals, and these have low temperature protection as well. So if it gets very cold outside, they will automatically shut off, and that's a very cool feature to have. We do have inside here the bag some of the screws so that we can connect the terminals. There we are, and we are missing one more screw. It is somewhere here, and here it is, guys. So that's pretty much all we get inside of the box from what I can see. It is just the manuals, and these do have a 100 amp BMS, which is great because, well, since we are connecting them in parallel, then it should be good to handle this particular golf cart. These are being sold for golf carts. So again, I'm very excited. This is the smallest 51.2 voltage battery that I've ever had, and right here you guys can see that they are made for golf carts. So these are very lightweight. If I had to guess, guys, this has to be less than 20 pounds. It has to be. They're not too heavy, which is great. We know that weight reduction on carts helps it quite dramatically. So what I'm going to do next, guys, is go ahead and hook up all these batteries, and then I'm going to let you know if they are worth it or not, of course, and I will be showing you exactly how I connect them together. That way, in case you have questions or doubts, well, you can clear them up. I went on Amazon and ordered a 58.4 volts 20 amps charger, and I am individually right now charging the batteries. So as you can see, I am on the last one right there. Now for the port of the cart, what I did is that I just connected this plug into the plug of the cart from the old charger. I took it out, and in here you have some wires that you can access by taking out these screws. But this is a specific for the Yamaha G22, but if you have a different cart, then you can just, you know, do things a little differently. But this is what I did, and then all I had to do is plug this in to that charger, and I'm good to go, guys. So let's go ahead and finish with this, and then we're going to come back and see how they do. So far the installation is working. So these are the Timeusb power batteries. These are the 51.2 volts, 30 amp hours. They do have a 100 amp BMS with a peak power of 300 for about 3 to 4 seconds approximately. And this golf cart is completely stock. It came with a controller unlocked already, which is a plus for us. And we are simply just going to ride it around and talk about the performance of these batteries. Now, as you guys know, they go each, the 30 amp hour ones, they go for $350. That doesn't include any coupons, and you can get them directly from their site as well. Now just keep in mind, guys, that I had to purchase my own charger, which is the one that you already saw when I was charging each battery individually. And you can use pretty much any 58 point something volt charger to get these completely charged, and it works just fine. And after you charge each one of them individually, then you are all set to ride the cart and just charge it with the regular port. And what I do is, as a habit, is that every couple of months, every like 3 months or so, I charge them individually again, just so that I ensure that all of them are, you know, at the same level. Because sometimes when you have them either in series, which you can't in this particular case, or you have them parallel, some batteries, they stay a little behind in charge, and even if the charger detects that the batteries are charged, usually the middle ones are the ones that suffer the low charge issues, and eventually it gets to the point where you need to charge them individually again so you can get them up to level, guys. Now these are super convenient. These batteries are super light, guys. I reduced at least 280 pounds from the golf cart by removing the previous lead acid batteries. Unfortunately, I did it off video, so you can't see that. But these batteries are very, very responsive, guys. And here I want to prove to you real quick that even with the stock controller, if somebody already unlocked it for you, then you can go decently fast on these carts. And I think the deal couldn't have gotten better because of the fact that I got a unlocked controller. So right here, you guys can notice how I'm doing 14 miles. But if I step on the gas, you can see how I can easily reach 21 miles an hour. It's kind of like throttle down. Once I reach the 20 miles mark, it kind of like pulls back a little, and that's normal. That's because this thing has restrictions. Even if you unlock it, you can't go past 20 miles. But believe me, guys, when I'm telling you that going 11 miles an hour is actually a torture. And that's the issue I had with the previous golf cart before acquiring this one, is that I had to get a controller, which cost me $750. Luckily, that golf cart, I got it for less than 500 bucks. And this one, the only thing I had to put on were the front lights, because it had halogen bulbs and they sucked at illuminating. And then I got the LED ones, and now it is doing a lot better, guys. So yes, I have ridden this golf cart with my family on it using these batteries. By the way, these are the first set of lithium batteries that I ever installed on this golf cart after being purchased, of course. And let me tell you guys, the quality on these batteries is just phenomenal. I got a maximum range of 19 miles, okay? That's because I'm dealing with 90 amp hours. And of course, the higher the number, the more range you will get, depending on your terrain as well. I live in Florida. Terrain here is all flat, so the motor's not really suffering unless I really put a lot of weight on the cart and go fast all the time. Then maybe, but for the most part, I ride the way you guys are seeing me ride right now. And the batteries do last quite a long time. 90 miles is quite impressive. And of course, if you use them individually, which you can, you're not going to get a lot of range. It's probably going to be like 6-7 miles the most that you're going to get out of each battery. Also, it has low temperature cutoff, which means that if it gets too cold outside or even too hot, they will automatically shut off the BMS so that it protects you from any issues, which is super great as well. And again, guys, I haven't had no issues. I used the stock wires that came with the cart with the lead acid batteries. I went ahead and grabbed my rotary tool, and I put the rounded sandpaper and I went through each round terminal and I cleaned it up because I had acid from the previous batteries. So I cleaned them all up very nicely, and I was able to install it and no issues, guys. So yes, you don't even have to get the better wires unless you plan to put performance parts on your golf cart. Then yes, but in this case, as you guys know, this is a stock cart, so no need for that. And pretty soon here, we're gonna make a U-turn, and then we're gonna just hit the gas, and then that way we can see if there's any cutoff when you hit the gas, guys. Some batteries are not able to sustain or not able to provide, that should be the correct word, enough amperage for you to be able to take off in a very aggressive manner, and they just shut off, and you have to kind of like cycle them. You have to disconnect them for about 30 minutes, and it becomes a headache. So anyways, here we go. And even though it wasn't a super aggressive takeoff, the batteries did okay. And we are doing about 20 miles an hour, guys. So yes, I think that lithium batteries, for the most part, they are made with, especially lithium phosphate batteries, they're made with great components. And I think these companies are basically competing for, you know, who has the better quality in the sense of, you know, the cells and the durability and so on and so forth. They are competing for your business. So two things are happening. They have tremendous qualities, and the range is getting better and better, and the overall quality on these batteries is just getting better and better, guys. Is what I've noticed ever since I got into the golf carts and everything that goes along with them. Well, I noticed that companies are truly competing, and that's good for you as a consumer, guys. Even though we have here in the USA all this tariffs and all that crazy stuff, it still hasn't at least shown a lot on batteries. They are still getting affordable, and they work for the most part great. Right here you guys can basically see all the connections that I've done. And with this golf cart, I did need to get a better power converter or a power converter, because the other one, sometimes the lights were turning off as I was riding, and certain things were not working on the golf cart correctly, and that was kind of, you know, dangerous. I replaced the power converter. It had a dinosaur one in there. It was about like almost a foot long, and I would assume that that was back in the early 2000s. It was still on there. I removed it, and what I did now is that I got a great idea from the one that was here. It was actually connected to the solenoid and the negative side, or the negative wire that goes to the controller. And that's exactly what I did. I put round connectors on that power converter, and I connected it like that. So that way, when I remove batteries and whatnot, I don't have to, you know, keep disconnecting it from the batteries and whatnot. Now it's more of a permanent connection, and then it goes here with the 12-volt side. It goes straight into the lights, so I don't have to bother anything, guys. And again, everything is working fantastic. We got everything hooked up on here. You can also add another one of these. You can add up to, I think it's 8 of them maximum, but you can only fit about 4, maybe 5, depending how wide your cart is. Also, guys, they have the size very similar to the standard 12 volts lead acid batteries. As you can see, they fit inside this canal very, very nicely. And what I did is that I just zip tied them. This is usually what I do with temporary connections. I know I'm going to be testing more batteries soon, but I could have added those brackets that makes it look a little bit more professional and a little bit more secure. You can do that as well, because they have almost the same size as regular 12 volts. So you can see how convenient these batteries are, guys. Again, they're all connected parallel, and I'm getting 90 amp hours in total. These things are simply phenomenal. Now, keep in mind that 2 of the cons about these batteries is that you are only getting the batteries. They don't make chargers, and they don't make displays. Luckily for me, I got this display right here in which it provides the battery percentage. I might get a rounded one just because it looks like there was a rounded one here before, and I don't like finishes like that, you know, where it looks cut out. And I might still buy a new one and put it on there permanently that it looks a little bit more professional. But yes, this car comes with a horn right here. You heard that. Those are the headlights, and as you can tell, it looks pretty nice, pretty clean, and they are bright as well. It has turn signals and hazard lights as well. For the rear seat, I can add seat belts, in which I plan to do, as I do have a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old, are my youngest ones. But as you can tell, we also have the tail lights working. I did buy LEDs for the tail lights, and everything else came as you guys are seeing it. It came with the mirrors. It was a great buy, guys, especially for $750. So with this being said, guys, we have here finished with the unboxing, assembly, and review of the Timeusb power batteries. I think they are phenomenal. Let me know what you guys think down below. If there's anything else you would like me to conduct before I remove them off the cart, which is going to be approximately after a week of completing and uploading this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. Click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this, and I'll see you on my next one.